All right, whooshes everyone. This is your girl, Mswhooshnotu, representing Mswhoosh.com and Mswhoosh.tv. Right now, I'm here with your one and only, the man, Bobbykonders, representing Massiveb all day, every day. Bobby, what's up? Irie. Bless it. All right, well, as you know, Mswhoosh.com, we like to tap into the nightlife scene as far as, getting into the DJ lifestyle. And, you know what I mean? He's definitely an important dude to get this information from. First question, where are you from?
Well, I represent Massiveb, like Massiveb represents Brooklyn. I got my little house in Jersey, but, still got my spot in the hood in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So Massiveb represents, really New York, but I bust in Brooklyn.
Bust in Brooklyn, definitely. We already know that. Where did the name Massiveb derive from? Where did you get that name from?
I just wanted something big. You know what I'm saying? B isn't big. B coming from Bobby. Massive. I remember hearing the sound tapes in the 70s and 80s. Big about a massive, da 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 da. And as American people don't really say the word massive, and I just thought it was something different, that's where I started the sound and the label, and it just kind of had a connection because I kind of started Massiveb, with Jabba, and there's B's in Jabba and Bobbykonders.
Right. Bobby, originally when you started disc jockeying, you started with house music in the late 80s. Late 80s, and I just wanted to know what made you, enter into the dancehall reggae scene. What geared that?
As a DJ, like, I've always played everything. You know what I'm saying? And in the parties and the clubs, even in the mainstream clubs, I was known to play everything from dance music to some dancehall, reggae, and hip hop or whatever. I mean, I produced some big underground house music that the Jersey crew, old school Jersey crew, would know maybe through the Tony Humphrey days, Zanzibar and all them kind of clubs.
Right.
So that's taking it back, but big up Tony Humphreys. And I'd always, a lot of my house productions had a Caribbean feel to it. As a DJ, I toured the world. I did my thing as Bobbykonders and Massive Sounds or whatever. And I always had a passion and a love for reggae. And through the studio, through producing, through remixing, I just came around 91. I just said I'm going to start Massiveb, my sound and my label as a dancehall reggae label. And I just didn't want to be like Bobbykonders, the DJ playing reggae. I wanted to have my sound, and I met Jabba.
Definitely.
One thing led to another.
Okay, another question I had to ask. What are the roles of the Massiveb members? You're Bobby, you have Jabba, and you have Bantan.
So Boro is an artist that I met through Biltmore Ballroom back in the 80s when the big dances used to keep. And I used to go to the clashes and the big dances with King Addies and, Super Cat used to perform, and Nicodemus and Boro Bantan and all.
Definitely.
Foundation artists. So I'm a fan of the original dancehall days. A lot of the artists know me just through the streets, but I started the sound, and I met Jabba, and it was originally just me and Jabba. You know what I'm saying? I was always like a mixer, a studio guy, and so forth. We all branched out and got other jobs now, but I started the sound. Jabba was the MC, I was the mixer. We brought other people on the team. Other people come, other people have gone. So presently, at the moment, you have Chutney Shotter, who's another mixer, but he could also MC, and Major Hype, who was from Kingston, Jamaica, by way of Brooklyn, played on numerous sounds in Brooklyn, and I recruited him, and he's been on the sound a couple of years, and he's also, he's like the MC you'll see me a lot with, because we're always usually double booked the sound. So Jabba and Chutney go one place, me and Major go to another place, and everyone has 20 other jobs. You know what I'm saying? Jabba will act. He hosts show on MTV. He was in Shotters. He's an extremely successful promoter, from the best of the best in Florida to Strike Back to do numerous things too. And we collaborate on things in Labor Day, where we do a free party in the city of BB King's. And then we do Fire Sundays every Sunday in Brooklyn.
Definitely, Fire Sundays is definitely a big plus. I definitely, for one, support Fire Sundays.
You've been there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Of course I've been there. Holidays, it's Fire Sundays. If you haven't been to Fire Sundays, you're missing out on a whole lot.
Well, let's tell them where it is. It's at the Brooklyn Buzz on Empire Boulevard between Flatbush and Bedford. And if you're not sure, I'm just going to get this in now from early out. Go to massiveb.com.
Definitely.
Hit me up on Instagram, Bobbykonders, Konders, Facebook, Twitter, all these things. So that's what it is. I mean, cats is just doing their things. You know what I'm saying? You know, Chutney do a little promoting. Major Hype do his promoting. I mean, and he does more studio work because he does puts out songs as an artist. So you know, in this reggae game, it's like you know, you're not getting IBM and sponsored by Pepsi Cola.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You're in the streets. You got to do your thing.
Basically, and to even touch base on that, what are some of the hurdles that you had to come through or overcome? You know, as a sound. You guys been around for more than a decade.
Yeah. No.
So there's some.
I mean, when you started, it was different than it is now. So it's like in anything you do in life, you're gonna have struggles and hurdles. So I just think it's like being true to the streets, being true to the people in the streets, and keep yourself relevant to the streets. That'll just keep you popping. I guess that kind of answers the question. What would you tell somebody if they're getting in the game? I mean, the hurdles, I'm not a person that focus on negative.
Definitely.
So, you know, there's people out there starving in the world. So if I got a little struggle with a sound or producing a record or the dance didn't go good, you have to just accept that because you look at the global picture. The global picture ain't pretty for a lot of people.
Exactly.
So,
and what don't kill you make you stronger.
Yeah.
And you guys are definitely.
And the more they're trying to stop with,
you keep going.
No, the more we get stronger.
We get stronger. Sorry. Easy. Whoosh. All right. Run that back. All right. My next question. What are your views on the dancehall scene today? Whether it's in, Brooklyn, whether it's abroad, England, whether, it's in Yard, Jersey. How do you view the dancehall scene today?
Well, I think it's ever evolving, never changing. I think it may not be as global as it was, say, 5 and 10 years ago. But I think, like, the dancehall scene like, reggae music and the dancehall scene has influenced the world globally. Say 15 years ago in Japan, you didn't have that much Japanese artists.
Right.
In 2013, you got a whole Japanese dancehall scene that you don't even really need foreign sounds or Jamaican sounds because they got their whole scene and they got their own artists and so forth. And that's even in Europe. So, I mean, it has influenced the world globally from that aspect because there's people from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, wherever, just like people in Jersey or people in Brooklyn embrace the thing and it builds, but now from a music aspect on 2013, I find that you're finding a little less music crossing over to the American public, and because maybe Jamaica's on its own scene right now and it's not crossing to the American public. And I think also that has a lot to do with record labels aren't making money, major record labels.
Definitely.
Record labels aren't investing into the artists because they're not going to invest in something that they're not sure about, And if there's if the economy doesn't generate it, then they're not going to spend on it. So, I mean, me personally, there's certain music and certain ears and certain things I love, but I just know I move with the streets and stay relevant to the streets. You know what I'm saying? I could still go produce whatever I want to produce from a producer standpoint, but when I play in the dance, my first thing I do is when I play in the dance to try to identify the crowd.
Definitely.
Is it a Trini crowd? Is it a Caribbean American crowd? Is it a straight yard crowd?
Right.
What kind of crowd is it? Because then that's going to just have a bearing on the music I play.
Right, definitely. You mentioned that not only do you DJ and you play the music, but you're also a producer. Can you tap into the new rhythm that's out, the world rhythm?
The world rhythm, worldwide.
World rhythm.
Yeah, no, it's mad. We got Movado on the rhythm. We got Conscience.
Easy.
Vegas. You have who played the rhythm is a brother from Riverton. He goes by the name of Tidemus. If you're in the game, you might remember Tidemus. He played drums on a lot of bands from Jamaica, but he's a musician as well. He has a song on the rhythm. You have Burro Banton.
Also, I was listening to the Funk Flex mix CD, and I noticed that Flex.
No, well, Flex asked me. He wanted some dancehall joints on it, so we collaborated. He made his link, and I made my links, and we just went into the studio and built the rhythm, and I gave him the songs for his.
Right, and the 3 songs on there.
Conscience represent Vegas, again, I Like You, and Movado, Out There It's Real.
Yeah, I was tuning into that.
But you also have, I can't forget this guy because he will kill me, a selector from Brooklyn who turned artist a couple years ago and he's doing real good, is Noah.
Noah.
So Noah have a bad gal
Definitely.
tune on the rhythm. You understand what I'm saying? And then, you know, of course, it's a Burrow, Shaka Paul, and Tita So, you know, it's like 7 tunes on the rhythm.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, for your dedicated supporters, for the dedicated supporters of Massiveb, what should your supporters be looking forward to in the future? You know what I mean?
Just, you know, we out there. You know what I'm saying? We still doing what we doing. And just come to the parties. I mean, because most people enjoy the parties. You know, people don't buy records and people don't really download music. So, I mean, if you like a rhythm that Massiveb put out, I'm sure, you know, most people are you just go on the computer and get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we just out there. You know what I'm saying? We, you know, you see Bobbykonders, Jabba, Chutney, Major, the whole squad. We just out there doing our parties. Go
Every
to Massiveb.
Sunday.
Sundays, Fire Sundays. I mean, you know, if we're not, you know, we're always booked out, so, you know. And
your upcoming event, the big event.
No, Massiveb anniversary, Saturday, June 8th, Albany Manor. Everybody free till 1 o'clock.
All day.
So that's, you know, that's Massiveb's year-to-year party. And over the years, you know, everybody's been there. From Vibes Cartel to Junior Reed to Busta Rhymes. Everybody usually pass through our party if they in town.
Definitely. Definitely Mswhooshnotu will be in the building. It had to be a must. Well, lastly, is there anything you want to, you know, put out there for your supporters?
Well, I just want to thank the streets, big up the promoters globally around the world, wherever this, you know, plays. Big up everybody around the world that support Massiveb. You know what I'm saying? That been listening to us on Hot 97. We're on every Saturday, 11 to 12, Sundays 10 to 12. Been checking us out in the streets all these years, showing us love. You understand what I'm saying? So it don't matter if we playing in the back of a barbershop or we playing in the stadium. You understand what I'm saying? We always try to do our best and this, you know, represent for New York and this represent reggae music and this the whole Caribbean culture positively. And this, you know, big up the streets for, you know, because without the streets, Massiveb's nothing. So it's straight up, the streets make Massiveb. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what it is, you know. So we just try to, you know, give that same positive energy back.
All right, all right, all right. You guys, you heard it from the man himself. Bobbykonders represent Massiveb. This is your girl, Mswhoosh, not you. Tune in to Mswhoosh.com and Mswhoosh.tv. Whooshes.
Bye, bye, bye.